I see. Thank you. Thank you very much. Then I want our students can share some activity that is about gratitude. Do you have any experience or do you have some idea to for activity that can help to build to improve your working team or change your working environment? So you can think about an activity for your team or for your school, for your children, or for your organization.
I would like to share something.
Oh, sure, sure.
Okay, I would like to share about my experience about this gratitude activity when I was working in Nepal in one of the organization called Teach for Nepal.
Mm.
During the time we were in training session, it was 45 days training session, and during the whole training session we had this gratitude activity every day.
Oh,
And
wow.
yes, we had this every day. Um and during the time for a gratitude, we have to write something we were uh, grateful um, grateful, and we can paste it on the wall. There was a wall especially granted to paste the note note notepad. Is it called notepad? Yeah, the notes, sticky notes, sorry, sticky notes. We can write it down on the sticky note and we can paste on the wall. And we can choose to write the name, or we can choose not to write the name. So uh, it is not compulsory to know who wrote the gratitude and whom is it designated to. The the activity is to just do it and paste on the wall, and it was great.
Thank you, thank you. Is it a tradition of Nepal's school?
It is not tradition of uh, schools in Nepal, but we did it because we were in one organization called Teach for Nepal, and this organization works to improve the quality of education, and they bring this kind of ideas so that we can learn and we can teach to schools and students in Nepal.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
And Jiarong, do you want to share with us your experience?
Compared to him is well about experience. My experience is write the graduate dialogue,
Oh,
and every day I write down three things to graduate someone or something happened. Then after a week or maybe 2 weeks, a month, I can I can know where I change about my thankful or my action. Then I can know um just I can know what change about me.
you feel a change happen to you.
Yes, then um just it's like I know how to wait. I is uh, I know more how to express what I about my mood.
Are you finished, Jiarong? Oh, yes. Okay. Thank you. We always enjoy Jiarong's experience sharing. Um, do other people have any experience about gratitude activity? Feng Yi, please.
Actually, I work in preschool. That's why actually every years we celebrate Teachers' Day. So our Teachers' Day in Singapore is on September, 1st of September or end of August. So we always do the surprise for the teacher. Something like we ask the parents to ask the children to take some video, and then just ask the children to share what they are want to thanks for the
Mm.
teachers. So sometimes you also ask the parents to write some cards to just written down what she want to grateful for the teachers. So every years we also guide the elder children like 5 6 years old children to practice the tea serving to the teachers. So actually every year I also can see that the teachers is tearing because they are so touching to what the children are just show a very simple uh, action to thanks for the teacher's effort, because as a preschool teacher it's not easy job, but when they receive kind of appreciation from the parents and the children, so they are actually very touching. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Feng Yi. Thank you. There are some activity that we can consider to do for children or for our company, our school, our group. We can do a gratitude jar. The step is very easy. We can place an empty jar in some place and put some paper around it. And then we ask each person to write down something on the paper, or something that they are thankful. Then put them into the jar. During the lunch or during the dinner, we can take turns to read this note for gratitude aloud, so everyone will know. Will see some. We'll hear some appreciation or something that people feel grateful. It's very touching, I think, because it's easy to do in your team, your school, or your office. It's not a hard thing to do. And in United States, usually teacher will do some thanks for turkey art for Thanksgiving Day. Um, This is what elementary school did in their school. They just use their hand and use some paint to do a Thanksgiving activity. First of all, people uh, draw their hand on the paper. Then they change the print into a turkey. For example, draw two legs and a beak of the turkey. Then they can write three or five, 4 or 5 person or 4 or 5 things they want to say thank you. For example, my friend, blah blah blah, my brother, blah blah blah, my father, my teacher. Each student will write something that they want to say thank you. They are thankful. Then they can decorate the turkey in their way, maybe use some colorful paper or some paint. Then teacher will put this turkey in on the paste the turkey on the wall or some place to decorate the classroom. And when we finish this art craft, we will ask students to introduce their products, their idea. Then students will say who are they and what they did and why they want to say thank you to this person. Then the movement is very, very interesting, very touching. This is also a very easy activity for children, or even for, I think even in a school or your office is also a great activity to do. However, showing your gratitude, your appreciation to other people, that can actually create a good cycle that can finally improve your quality of life, your satisfaction, or improve your interpersonal relationships. Another activity is this. I think Jiarong have already say it. This is an activity which is very common in positive psychology. This is three gratitude. First of all, you need to write down three new things that you are grateful. Um, the things didn't need to very big. It can be very small things. The less significant, the better. And then you write down what you are grateful for then. Finally, you can identify the cause of these positives, and you can do this practice uh, continually. Because when you do something several times, your brain will be trained to look things from the positive perspective. So this is a writer, a poet, a writer, a poetry about three gratitude. This is from Carrie Newcomer. This poem is from in internet. Every night before I go to sleep, I say out loud three things that I'm grateful. All the significant, insignificant, extraordinary, ordinary stuff of my life. It's a small practice and humble. And yet, I find I sleep better, holding what lightens and softens my life, even so briefly at the end of the day. Sunlight and blueberries, good dog and warm socks, a night rain, a good friend, fresh basil in the yard, my father's good health, my daughter's new job, the song that always make me cry, always at the same part, no matter how many times I hear it. Decent coffee at the airport, and your quiet breathing, the story you told me, the frost pattern on the window, English aunts and banjos, wood thrush and drum box, the smooth glassy calm of the morning pond, an old coat, a new poem, my library car, and that my car keeps running despite all the miles. And after three things, more often than not, I got on a roll and I just keep on going. I keep learning and listening until I lie grinning. Brain's kid pull up to my train, a watch with wonder at the sweetness of it all. I like this poetry. It's actually someone write down his 3 gratitude things. If you like, you can listen to the poem online. Some research says that it's actually about opening our mind to the idea and the opportunity that will help us to be more productive, effective, successful at work and in life. So gratitude exercise is really a good exercise. I think it helps us a lot and soften our mind. So there is a homework for you, but it's I didn't collect the homework immediately. I want you to do some positive psychology practice. So you can pick up some of the practice and keep doing that in this semester. And finally, you can share your experience with other people, with us, or write it down in your final paper to show how much you have to for your positive psychology, to do your positive psychology practice. Then our homework is about these three assignment. You can write a gratitude letter and deliver your letter of appreciation or gratitude to people you have never say thank you to them before. You can he or she can be your partner or your old friend, maybe your teacher or your colleague, maybe. But you can also choose to write a thank you note to other people. It didn't need to be a big job. It can be a very small things. You can write it down and share your experience with us later. Or you can show your gratitude on social media. Many people enjoy posting their gratitude post online. Uh, they they post what they are grateful for at the end of the year. I really like this practice. You can also show your appreciation about your life on social media, which can help to maintain a more positive attitude in life overall. So go ahead to do it, and you can pick up one way that you like and do it sincerely. Then see what will happen in your life. This is our homework for this lesson. I didn't ask you to write some paper or write something to me, but keep in your mind and share how you practice positive psychology to other people in the end of the semester. In the end, I want to show you a video. This is another way to do a gratitude activity.
When I was in elementary school, I remember a program called Random Acts of Kindness. The way it worked is that if anyone caught you doing something nice for another person, you'd get a little button that says Random Acts of Kindness on it. There was a raccoon on it for reasons I don't understand, but that's the program. So, Obviously, I was super into this program. My heart might have not have been in the right place because I mostly just wanted to get a bunch of those buttons, but the idea was still to encourage a sense of community where kids were helping out other kids, creating a more interdependent, helpful environment. But what's interesting is that what may have also happened is that we, as the random kindness actors, might have gotten a boost from it ourselves. We might have felt happier because we were helping other people out. And in fact, that was probably the case. New research in psychology has started to look at the idea that helping other people can actually be a strong creator of happiness for ourselves. By me helping you, I get a benefit. I feel happier. I feel more satisfied in my life as a whole. And so one of these research projects looked at a program like the Random Acts of Kindness program in my own school. It wasn't on me as far as I know, but the study looked at 19 classrooms in an elementary school. Some of the classrooms had been told to do this program. They'd been told that every week you should at least 3 times do something nice for another person and keep track of it. So some kids are doing this regularly, looking for opportunities to do something small and nice for their peers. The other group was told that they should be on the lookout for opportunities to go somewhere they'd never been and keep track of that, do that 3 times a week. Nothing to do with kindness, but it's still an activity to keep the mind occupied. The question is, did this program have any success? What were its impacts? Well, throughout these weeks in which students were doing the activities, happiness went up. Students began to feel better over the course of the program. But interestingly, it also developed a better sense of community. People felt more connected, more popular, is the kids' way of putting it, when they were doing these random acts of kindness 3 times a week for a number of weeks. This just points out the idea that if we take a second to do something nice for another person, even if they'll never know it was us who did it, and even if it's not even that big of a deal at all, the simple act of helping another person can be enough to give us fulfillment in our lives. So, look for those opportunities. Try to find times when you can do something small and nice for another person in a way that will help pay off for yourself. Mostly to pay off for the other person. Again, we talked earlier in this course that if your focus is happiness, then these kinds of strategies might not be as helpful. But genuinely, try to help other people. And what you might find is that over time, you have a greater sense of life fulfillment yourself. If you're having trouble coming up with what some of these things might be, there's a website called randomactsofkindness.org where there's a whole bunch of ideas for things that you could do. For example, maybe you write an email to a coworker just to say, hey, I think you're great, or you did a great job on whatever it is that we had you do last week. Simple, is nice for another person, and could help you feel a little better yourself. Buy a small gift for another person. Let someone cut in front of you in line for the vending machine. Goofy little things that don't put you out any significant amount of time or money, but are a small show of appreciation and kindness for those around you. So, try to develop a sense of acting kindly to people at random without expecting to receive anything in return.
This is also some positive psychology in our book. I think it's also okay for school or for children or for some organization. But it depends. You can do it or not. It's not our homework. So this activity encourage students to spend 2 minutes every day, each day, write an email a note to other people to show your appreciation, show your appreciation, show your encouragement to other people. So when other people receive your email, they often give you some response. They reply your email and say something to you. Then this activity is something you can try to do if you like it. So you can write a note or an email to your students. You can write an email to your partner and tell him you did a great job today. You did a great job last time, blah, blah, blah. Or however, happiness is a mindset for yourself. It's not a result of the destination, and you can do something to change your environment, however, over time. So remember that we have some homework for you, and you can pick up one to do. Maybe write to your family, your brother. I actually have some story or example of gratitude. I have a friend, a female friend. She was divorced with her husband many years ago. After that, her husband passed away, and they have 3 children. So life is very difficult actually for a woman taking care of 3 children without any support. So I think life is not easy for her. But when we talk about our life, uh, sometimes he will show with me how good her daughter is, and we appreciate everything her daughter did. Good win a prize in competition, have a very good score in some subject. When we appreciate everything, every good behavior, every achievement of her daughter, she forgot how difficult her life is. Then she become more positive. She is hopeful. She hope her daughter will become a very excellent worker in the future and have very happy life. Doesn't like don't like her. So at that moment, she forgot every bad things happened to her. Her life is very terrible during a pandemic breakout. She even lose her job. She lose her job, and she still have 3 children need to take care. So how hard is her life? Sometimes I feel uh, she she is depressed sometimes. But when she look at the good things, the achievement, how good her daughter is, then she become more positive, and she become more hopeful. She appreciates that she have so good daughter in her life. Then I told her she is very lucky because her daughter is even better than my daughter, have better score in school, win more prize in competition. When she began to appreciate small good things in her life, she become more positive. She is less depressed. Then I think it's helpful. It's a good way to treat your friend. We just appreciate everything, every good things her daughter did. So it's also an example how being grateful can help our life. So if we are in a very difficult time, we can see how lucky we are. For example, other people may in this kind of situation may have even worse result or worse outcome, but actually we are not very successful, but we are not the most terrible one. So at that time we can appreciate to someone or to the nature, or at least we enjoy very fresh air. We have water. We have a good housing. So everything is okay, just okay for us. So we need to say thank you to the society, or maybe the nature, or maybe your God, or maybe something, maybe your parents actually. Being grateful can actually help you to being positive in your life. Keep a positive attitude to your partner, to your colleague, to your friend, to your family. So it finally will help us a lot. So develop some good mental habit, good psychological habits that will change your life. Then our lesson is going to end here, and we have some video we have some video on the website. If you have time, you can go to see the video. See you guys next week. Next week will be Dr. Professor Mark to teach you. See you next time. See you.
See you. Bye.
Thank you,
Bye bye.
Professor.
Bye bye. Thank you a lot. Bye bye.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye bye.